Welcome back, everybody, to our first Coach Adkins show for 2023 football season. My name is Dan Waldinger with Bulldog TV. We are excited to be back, baby. We are so excited to be here with you, Coach. This is something we started last year, and we're going to continue it on each week. Make sure you tune in to Bulldog TV. Check out the Coach Adkins show, where we talk a little football, but we also talk a little life, too. So we're going to get started right away. So it's been a long off season. How has this off season been different than the rest you've had?
Yeah, fantastic question. Obviously, every off season, you want to strive to get better in the weight room and get bigger, faster, and stronger, and that's certainly the goal at the end of every season, into every off season, and into the summer as well. Perfect your craft, kind of learn your team, build off of what you've done last year, and then maybe what's going to suit this team better. If I had to pick one thing that I think would be different, or maybe that we kind of pushed harder this year than the last couple, has been our overall leadership. We do the off-season leadership academy meetings where we take kids and we kind of put them through the course and whatnot. And I would say that's something that we tried to hit home on extra hard this year. Due to losing the amount of seniors that we had last year, a lot of those seniors had kind of led for 2 years. So this group now coming in, really kind of hasn't had to lead over the last couple years. But we knew that we needed some leadership with this group, and we felt truly that might be the one thing that maybe might set us apart from last year's team or whatever, is just what is our leadership going to look like. So we really pushed that hard in the off season. Great group of kids, 14 of them total, continuing to try to build more leaders, but 14 of them kind of went through the off season training there, and we really feel good about our leadership and what those guys have done, certainly up to this point.
Well, and I love the approach for that, Coach, because you really empower them to be leaders of their groups too, their units, their skill sets. Not just have one or two guys leading. You've got 14. That's pretty awesome. Let's get right into the football. Another Week 1 Morton game. We had them last year. We played them 2 years ago in the playoffs. What's year 3 look like this year? Talk about Morton.
Well, it's definitely going to be different. They have a brand new head coach, Adam O'Neill, multi-time state champion coach. He does a great job. He obviously specializes on the defensive side of the ball, and that's going to look different, much different this year than it has in the past. Offensively, they're going to look very similar that they have in the past. Again, a great zone running game, returning, starting quarterback and running back. That always helps when you got a guy, catching the snaps that's done it for a year. So there's no question we're going to have our hands full. Again, when a new coach comes in, they bring that new life and the new excitement and the new energy, and it's his home opener, So there's no question that we're going to have the deck stacked against us as far as that's concerned. But, at the end of the day, like we've been preaching to our kids all week, we got to do us. We got to be who we are, do our job on every single play and just play our style of football. And at the end of the day, Week 1, you got to limit the Week 1 mistakes, penalties and turnovers, certainly like you do every week, but more so in Week 1. And I truly believe that that's going to kind of decide the outcome of this game is which team can limit those Week 1 mistakes.
And that's, boy, you got me fired up for Friday night. Friday night football, we always have something fun on the sidelines. We've seen turnover chair, we've seen crows, we've seen all kinds of stuff. Is there any kind of preview, or are you going to wait until Friday night for us to see kind of what's going on? There's got to be something new, right?
So I'll tell you this.
Okay.
I have brought that up to the senior class, and they are leaving me in the dark about this. Okay. So I don't even know what I'm going to see. Yeah, I don't even know what I'm going to see on the sideline on Friday. But I'm definitely excited for it. Again, our kids know, just what bringing that excitement on the sideline means and what it does for our team. You play better when you feel a certain type of way. Again, whether you sit in a chair or whether you got a chain or a crow or whatever it might be, it just brings a different attitude about our kids. And with that excitement and joy, and our entire sideline feeds off of it, and we continue to play at a higher level because of the fun and the excitement. So even though I'm in the dark, I'm excited and can't wait to see what these guys got in store for the sideline on Friday.
I think we're all excited. Those who have followed the program, we're excited about what you got in store. So can't wait for that, and I'm hoping for a lot of turnover so we see whatever it is, a lot. But speaking of excitement, I'm calling it audible here. Talk about the numbers in your program. This thing has built, right? A couple undefeated seasons, the last couple of years going into the playoffs, and now the numbers are huge at the youth level. We're seeing it at flag football levels. Talk about your program and the numbers and what that means for you.
Yeah, absolutely. We're over 115 kids in the program. First time that it's been done here in a long time. Like you mentioned, each lower class level, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, all have 30-plus kids. So there's no question that the program, that the football program, from top to bottom is absolutely excelling in the number game. As well as I do, success breeds success. Everybody likes a winner. So winning certainly has helped that. But I think it's all the other stuff as well. It is the turnover thrown. It's the diesel package that even our 8th graders, are running and stuff, and just our community, and all those little kids seeing the excitement and fun that our kids are having from the locker room out onto the field and everything in between. Kids want to be a part of that. And so certainly that's the goal, to continue some of that. But again, I truly don't think that our program would be at this point that we're at had it hadn't been through some of the things that we've gone through. And I credit all of the classes that I've had in all 5 years that I've been here. Every single program, every team, every year has had a step leading up to this. Whether it was how do we walk the field correctly, whether it was you better wear your travel gear or you're not going to play, like all that stuff matters. And again, we wouldn't be here today, or this program wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for all of those growing pains that those kids have had to endure. And I hope that all those classes can look back and realize that this success is because of what they have built essentially and going through all those growing pains. So appreciate all those kids that have played for me before, and I want them to know that again, this success is absolutely attributed to things that they've done for this program. So.
Well, I know a lot of them are going to be tuning in to Bulldog TV to keep their eyes on the program, obviously. So that brings me to another point, another audible. But it's first week, folks. We're going deep. Each team has kind of an identity or a slogan, if you will, as you build each year. They come up, you or the coaches. Talk about how does that slogan come about? And last year was "Payment is Due," I believe. Mm-hmm. What's this year's, and how do you go about figuring out what it is and what that identifier is?
Yeah, so again, I let the kids create this. It's their program essentially. I'm just kind of steering the reins a little bit. And our leadership group this off season, they developed the hashtag or the slogan "Protect the House." And it's kind of due in large part to kind of where we started this thing a few years ago. We had Build the House, right? We were trying to build everything and get it started from the ground up, the foundation, the core pillars, et cetera. Last year we did have Payment is Due. We had the house built. Now you got to pay for your house. You got to do what it takes to keep that house essentially. And now we want to protect that house. And it kind of correlates, again, the kids came up with this. We haven't lost a home game in 2 years. And kind of that aspect of, when we're at home, let's protect this place and let's try to keep that streak going of protecting our own house. But it's even deeper than that, right? It's protect who we are. It's protect what we've built. It's protect, our culture in the locker room. It's protect, again, Bulldog football. So I always let the kids come up with that, and I kind of interject a few things here or there, but at the end of the day, this is what they've built and what they've created and what their motto and slogan is this year. So
I love it. I'm excited. I'm ready to play right now. We always, if you've followed the Coach Adkins show, we always ask Coach something non-football. So this week I got something for you. What's it like in your off season? How do you not think about football? Okay, so my question to you is, because I know you barely sleep during football, and having that time period away from football, what are you doing in the summer before camp starts, before things get going? What are you doing? What is your go-to?
Well, I'm thinking football. There's no doubt about that. I wish I could not always think about football, but my wife and kids will tell you that I do. It's who I am. It's what I have ingrained in me. So I'm always, I can't not think about football, even in the off season. But I do enjoy sharing those moments with my family. Whether we're hanging out at the pool or, we took a trip up to Green Bay this summer. For my son's birthday, we went to family night. Obviously, we're big Packers fans. Don't hate me, Bears fans. But just doing things like that, spending time with them. Again, my son loves sports. My daughter is getting into sports now too, with cheerleading and everything. So she's playing soccer. She's loving rec soccer. So I mean we're a sports family, and so it's hard to kind of get away from it. But we certainly try. And at the end of the day, whether it is sports or not, just being able to spend that time together, which is, I mean, it's very few, right? Especially during the football season. I haven't seen my kids in the last 2 days, especially with this heat, right? We went late last night. They were in bed. I had to get up early for the walkthrough this morning. So essentially haven't seen them in 2 days. So any chance that we get in the off season or the summer to share that time together is extra special. And like I said, even if we're still talking or involving sports, just being able to be with them is definitely special. So. Yep.
Love it. I knew you were going to say you couldn't turn it off, but had to hear it for the camera. But well, that'll do it for this week's show. It's a season opener at Morton. I believe Coach are on NFHS, so you can tune in, Google it, try to stream it there. But we'll be back on Bulldog TV for our home opener next weekend. I believe that is the 1st of September against Highland, where it's also Dogapalooza. We'll talk about that next week, though. This week's Morton. Good luck, Coach, and we'll see you next week on the Coach Adkins Show.